Let's talk about how, and more importantly, what we communicate when we're talking to clients. Hey, my name is Chance Brown. I'm the broker owner of CB&A Realtors, and I make video content for agents because I am passionate about helping them build great businesses. I want to give you kind of a what the general public thinks you do. General public thinks that you go show pretty houses. Once you've shown that pretty house, because you're rich, you get into your fancy car, and then you go to happy hour with your friends. And then a few weeks later, you go to the title company and you take a picture with a big key, get in your fancy car, go to happy hour with your friends. Why do they think that? They think that because that's the stuff that we post on social media. And what we've unintentionally probably done is commoditize ourselves to make our jobs look really, really easy. What we don't talk about are the 200 things that have to happen both before and during and after all of that happening. Because it's not very Facebook sexy. Guess what I did today, guys? Yelled at an appraiser for 2 hours. Nobody wants to hear that. It's no fun. But this is where our value lives. And we do, as an industry, generally speaking, a terrible job conveying that to the people who it matters most, which is our clients that we're doing it for. We don't talk about the things that we're doing for them on a regular basis. So a couple of things play in here. Number one is you need to have a system for communicating your value. I'm going to give you kind of an example that we do here in our brokerage with that. But the other piece of the puzzle is you have to have a vehicle for telling them about it. And whether that vehicle is text or email or weekly phone call, it needs to kind of be not just boring email, or phone call. It needs to be something that keeps their attention as it goes through. So from the minute somebody says, hey, I want to buy or sell real estate, to 30 days post-closing, we've created for our agents a communication system. It's, depending on which side of the transaction, 15 or 16 different pieces, and it's designed to say, hey, remember in our listing interview, we talked about this? Well, here's where we are now. This is what's going to happen. When we're done with this, this is going to happen. And in the meantime, here's what I'm doing for you. And so that by the time you get down here to take that picture with the big key, they realize how hard you've worked for them, and they want to go tell people about it because you have consistently, step by step, major milestone, made sure that you set expectations early, reinforced them as you've gone through the process, and talked about the things that you're doing for them as you go. Most of us don't do that now. And so we need to have this system. But we also need to know that some of this is better delivered in video. Some of this is better delivered as a very serious email. Some of it might be a phone call. Some of it might be an infographic sent by text. It can be whatever you want it to be. It just needs to be. Because if you don't do this, all that hard work that you put into a successful transaction to getting somebody over here to this closing table, and they're so happy to be moving into their new home, you don't get any credit for it. They don't realize all the things that you did to make that happy day a reality. And that's unfortunate for you because it's going to manifest itself in them not referring you because they don't recognize the value. And so we've got to make sure they do. And then when we get here, we've got to ask them to go tell their friends. It's one of the things that has, for years and years and years, kind of blown my mind about us as an industry is we'll do all of this hard work. People are thrilled. We know from statistics that like 90% of people at the closing table would refer their real estate agent, and then we don't ask them to. We just pick up our check and we're like, no, I'll never see you again. Good day. We've got to ask for the referral then. Your next transaction comes from the one you're in right now. Keep that mindset in place, build value along the way, and it becomes an easy ask at the end, and you continue to build your business.